All right. So, without much ado, I'm going to start with the two great platforms that I said I was going to share with you um, on where you can find great scholarships. So, the first one is called Euraxess, and the second one is called ResearchGate. Now, if you are a student who is very inquisitive, you might have come across these two platforms. But if not, I'm going to introduce them to you briefly, and you can start using them for your scholarship search. And this is two among many, many others that are out there. So to start with, I'm going to start with the Euraxess platform, and I'm just going to share my screen. All right. So what you're seeing is probably the Euraxess platform. Yeah, that's what you're seeing at the moment. So it's called Euraxess. To be honest, I'm not sure what is the full meaning of Euraxess. Um, and I haven't asked of that actually before. I think you might find it if you go to home and read about it. But to be honest, I don't know the full meaning of this Euraxess as a name. All I know is that Euraxess is a platform created by the European Commission, and it is specifically for researchers to help researchers move across the world from Europe to other parts of the world and from other parts of the world to Europe. So it's a platform that connects researchers all over the world and connects them across Europe, irrespective of which part of the world that you belong to or you're coming from, rather. And as you can see from the platform, you have a home, you have jobs and funding, you have career development, you have partnering, you have information assistance, you have national portals, and then you have a worldwide portal as well. So the home tells about, which is basically where we are now, tells you about the platform and what it can do for you. And some very interesting figures here. For example, there are currently 9,816 job offers on this platform. Um, and there are currently 635 Euraxis centers, which I believe are centers that helps researchers in motion to be able to access the platform, um, whether to post their opportunities or to apply for opportunities. Then a little bit of other information. There's a blog post as well on what is happening within the European Commission research community. Um, you also have information on visa and entry conditions, working environment, pensions. Um, when you're working in an European Union country, jobs and funding for refugee researchers and universities or research organizations that are involved with that. So a lot of information, actually it's found here. So you have information about the Maria Curie actions and also the European Research Council. These are the two major funding bodies of the European Commission. So if you know a little bit about me, you know that I was one time an MSc, a postdoctoral fellow, and uh, the European Research Council also funds very big funds like the they have this European postdoctoral fellowship that opens every April. Probably might be open at the moment. I've not checked. Opens in April and runs through September when it closes. While the funds provided by the Marie Curie actions, sometimes run through institutional organizations that have their own individual deadlines. So this is just what the home looks like. National portals will open the portals for the different countries in the European Commission and how to access information about those countries. That's not what we're here for today, so I wouldn't bore you with that. And then the presence of Euraxess is also found in other parts of the world. So in Africa, there is African edition, a version of Euraxess, which will be even more interesting to you if you are joining from Africa. Um, if you're joining from other parts of the world, you can click on any of these, and then it'll take you to any of those. So, and if you go to the African Euraxess page, it will focus more on the European Commission's work in the field of research in Africa. So we might just quickly go through that and then come back to the home page again. Right. So yeah, as you can see, it's just a replica of the global world website, but it has its own news and events. So this was posted just about two days ago, 2024 Learn Africa program. And if you look at it, it's actually a postgraduate scholarship program for women in Africa. And then there's news of research implications on Europe's economic security package. Uh, so I just mentioned to you about the doctoral fellowships. So there are 20 of them that are currently available in Turkey. So I mean, you can see that there's already information on scholarship, pouring out on the platform already. So this is information on 20 positions for PhD training uh, in Turkey. You know, and it is specifically for people who are interested in sustainable water management, and it's called Water for All. And they are looking for 20 students to apply for this. So if you're interested in sustainable water, this is one of the areas one place you can start from. And I haven't even started sharing how to go through the platform, but we can see that there is an opportunity here already. Deadline is June 15, and you can see other information and more about the opportunities as found here. So if you are joining the live now, or you are watching a replay and you're interested in water management, this is an opportunity for you to try. 20 students are being looked for. Okay, so the national portals opens up all the countries in Europe um, for you, so you can, if you're, and why this is important is that if you're traveling to any of these countries on a research based for a research purpose, you can easily read through what it takes to do research in Spain, in Serbia, Portugal, and so on and so forth, just by going to this platform, and you get authentic, 100% authentic information. For example, when I went to Spain and Ireland, what I simply did was to come here and opened it up, and I started reading about science in Spain, information and assistance on visa, uh, Euraxess Spain network, career development, and HRSAR services. So here you see all the information you need about doing research uh, in Spain. The same applies to other parts of the of EU. So for each of the country you click on, it takes you to their portal, and you can read about applying for a research visa, doing research in these countries, or applying for jobs research-based jobs in this country. So the same with Ireland as well. So you can see entry conditions, medical care and health insurance, work permit, research funding in Ireland, career development, and so on and so forth. So Euraxess basically is uh, is uh, is usually my go-to place when it comes to finding scholarship. Really, it's usually my go-to place. And when I work with my students in the Scholarship Mastery Academy, we one of the places we focus on in terms of finding opportunity is Euraxess. A lot of people, when we talk about scholarship, a lot of people just focus their attention on the US, Canada, and Australia. What people do not know is that there are a lot of opportunities in Europe, a lot of scholarship opportunities in Europe, and the gateway to those opportunities is the Euraxess platform. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to navigate through the Euraxess platform to find scholarship. So I just want to give you a minute to help me share the stream again. All right. So when you come to Euraxess, usually you're able to create an account of your own. you're able to create an account. So I already have an account and I've already logged into my account. Um, Doing that is also very useful because when you do that, you're able to subscribe to all the different Euraxess. You're able to subscribe to all the different Euraxess, Euraxess Africa, Euraxess Spain, wherever it is that you want to. And by doing that, you will be able to get notification on there is um, when there is any new opportunity. So they will just post it and you get it on your within your in your email as an email sent to you. So that's the reason why it's good to have this, and then you can subscribe to different Euraxess. So what we want to do is to come here and click on jobs. And when you click on jobs, you have job offers, you have funding and hosting offers, work environment. You can read about work environment. You can read about career development as well. So there's a disclaimer here, all right, that your data is protected. Everything here is free of charge as well. So nobody should charge you for applying for anything through Euraxess because the jobs are also posted free of charge. That's one thing you need to know. So nobody should deceive you or ask you to pay money to apply for an opportunity on Euraxess. It's completely free. So we'll come back here, but let's look at funding and hosting offers. So when you click on funding and hosting offers, you see all the different kind of funding and offers that are available. So you have the Maria Slodowska Career Actions, which I've mentioned. It has its own website too, where you can apply. I mean, you can't directly apply to MSc. Usually, you can't directly apply to MSc programs apart from their postdoctoral fellowship. Um, in most cases, organizations apply to Maria Curie first, especially this co-fund program, and this was the one I was on when I had my postdoc fellowship. I was on a co-fund fellowship. So the co-fund fellowship is a collection of sometimes a collection of organizations coming together. Sometimes it's just an individual organization putting in an application to the European Union to run a particular kind of postdoctoral fellowship or a doctoral program. And then when they are awarded, then you can apply directly to those organizations. And then the ARC, which I've also mentioned as well. And then there's transnational access to research infrastructures between countries or researchers across countries, structural and investment funds of the European Union. And then there are also some travel grants as well that you can apply for. So these are the funding programs that are available for organizations to participate in. This one is for businesses as well to participate in, and you can find hosting organizations. So I'm not going to talk about this because this is mainly for people who are looking for postdoctoral opportunities. So for most of the EU-funded postdoctoral opportunities, you need to have a hosting organization. And so on this link, I believe what you'll find is a list of organizations that are looking for postdocs to host. So we're not going to dwell much on that, right? So I'll go back to job offers again. So when you come to job offers, you have search for jobs offers or post job offers. We are interested in the search for job offers. So now when you click on this search for job offers, it brings you here. And you can already see that there are 9,816 jobs. If you have any question as we proceed, just leave them in the comment for me. I'll be able to pick them up from wherever you're joining. So here, um, you can see that there are options to filter down whatever it is that you're looking for, because this platform is not only for scholarship opportunities, it's for also research jobs. So if you're joining as well and you're looking for research jobs, this is a place that you can look for jobs as well. But the focus for this session is purely scholarship. So what you need to do is to use this to narrow down whatever it is that they're looking for. It is already sorted for you automatically from the newest offers first. So these offers you're seeing are offers that are posted today. Postdoc position in host parasite interaction, PhD student position in safety engineering and for trustworthy autonomy, technician, in a research and development engineer, system engineer, characterization engineer, professor, and so on and so forth. So it's open to every kind of person. So that's why if it is scholarship that you're looking for, you need to narrow down these completely to be able to suit what you're looking for. So first thing you need to do is country. You don't need I mean, unless you have a specific country in mind, then that's when you pick a country here. But if you don't have any country in mind, if you're just open to opportunities all across Europe, you just need to leave this option for country open. All right. So, but let's say if you want to go to Germany, then you can tick Germany, and then you to select all the offers that are available in Germany for you. But usually, I advise students not to do this because if you do this, you're going to narrow down the opportunities or the options that are available to you, unless there is really a reason why you need to go to Germany, for example. So we'll leave that open. Then the program, for the program, you can um, select all or you leave it open. If you leave it open, it will just also pick up everything for you. Um, so we can leave it open or we can select all. So let's select all and see what happens. And then research profile. Now, research profile is very important as well. So what all this means is that as an applicant, you are at one level of this profile or the other. So for someone who is looking for a PhD, or someone who has just finished their master's, your profile is first stage researcher. For someone who has PhD and is looking for a postdoc, your profile is this second one, which is recognized researcher. For someone who has done postdoc and is looking for maybe entry level assistant professorship or lecturer position, you use the established researcher. And then if you are above, if you've had some years of experience as a researcher and all that, you're looking for maybe professorial position or want to move institute or something like that, you can down use the leading researcher profile. So because we're looking for PhD, we will use the first stage researcher. And then research field is also important. There are 398 research fields here. And I believe that you're not studying everything that is listed here. So what you need to do is to scroll until you find your area of interest or areas of interest, and then you select those areas of interest. So let's say we're interested in biological sciences. So for biological sciences, we may select everything that has to do with biology, biological engineering, biodiversity, biochemistry, biomaterial, biomedical, biophysics, biotechnology, maybe botany. Botany is agriculture, but yeah, let's just pick that. So we've selected about 10 areas that we're interested in, for example, and then we close. And then they say sector, there is higher education, there's international, intergovernmental organizations, large company, private with public mission, and so on and so on. So when it comes to European Union, the way the grant is done is that most of the consortium always have one or two partners that are not necessarily academic partners. So because of that, when the consortium is formed, even the non-academic organizations who are part of the consortium are also able to post the job on their website. Or it might even be a case where the non-academic institution, non-research institution, maybe an international organization like this one or a large company, is the lead applicant of that particular consortium. So in that case also, the opportunity will be probably on the organization's website now, not necessarily on the university website. The reason why I'm saying this is that if that is the case for a particular opportunity and you choose only higher institution, it will then mean that you will not be able to find that particular opportunity. Okay, so it is then better that we choose select all. So when we select all, that covers a situation where a private organization or a public research institution or a large company or a lab or an SME is the leader of the of the consortium and is the one advertising the opportunity on Euraxess. So to be on the safe side and make sure that you capture everything, you choose select all. Science for refugees is then if you are a refugee and you're looking for opportunities that are specifically aligned to science for refugees, then you can select yes. But if you're not, if you're not interested in any of this, you could just say no. But we can also leave it open, And so when you've selected everything, remember we're leaving the country open because we want to expand the opportunities beyond one particular country. So what you need to do then is when you fill all the fields, you can then do search, and then you wait for your search to appear. So for the biochemistry, remember we chose about 10: biochemistry, biodiversity, biological sciences, botany, biomedical, biomaterial, and so on and so forth. So we chose all that. And then we chose first stage researcher. And all the so from everything we've done, we have about 755 jobs that are available in this particular category. So this is what it will do for you. And what you now need to do is to start going through each of those opportunities one after the other to see which one is applicable to you. And so if we do that quickly, see, we have one here, emerged doctoral candidate position in Italy. But this position is not funded by an European Union program. All right. So the emerged MSCA Doctoral Network stands for an extraordinary training initiative embracing a multidisciplinary perspective that spans various domains of. So if you click on this, it will open for you, and then you can read more about it. Second one, we have 2 PhD, and this is closing on the 20th of May. The second one is in France. First one is Italy. Second one is in France. And this is 2 PhD positions and 3 postdoc positions in physical chemistry. Not also funded by the EU, by an EU program. I don't know why they're putting that. And this closes on the 5th of May. If you click on this, it will give you more details. We're going to click on one very soon, but let's just go through what we have here. So another one is quantum electrochemistry, detection of DNA proteins interaction for cancer screening. It's not clear. This is both for R2, R4, R1, and R3. So it means that this opportunity is open for people from level of seeking PhD to established researchers, and it's expiring 29 November. Senior scientists, we don't need that. PhD position in protein-coupled odorant receptor function in France as well. And this one is closing on the 26th of April. A postdoc in statistical biophysics, closing 26th of April. In France, this one is in Austria. This one is in Sweden. And see, in Finland, there are 13 doctoral positions in ImmuDocs, National Doctoral Education Pilot based on immune system. It's closing on the 22nd. Okay. Finland again. So, and you can keep going and keep going and keep going. And so we have 76 pages to go through to be able to finish this. And that is large. That is large. So when you click next, you take it to the second page. Each page has 10 opportunities available. PhD position in future-proofing low-trophic aquaculture systems with marine microphytes, closing 22nd. In Netherlands. In Belgium, doctoral fellow, Department of Biology, closing 15th May. So it just keeps going and keep going, like that. You can imagine. So when I hear people say that there are no opportunities, I just laugh because it's simply because they don't know how to find some of this information. you don't know how to find some of this information, this is what we teach in Scholarship Mastery Academy. All right, so now I'll just go back to the first page and choose one of them and open up, and then we can just go through the opportunity. So let's see this one. Let's see this one. So 2 PhD and 3 postdoc positions in physical chemistry. The research field is chemistry, biochemistry. Researcher profile are all these countries: France. Contract is temporary. Job status is full-time. Offer starting date is June. So they want this person to start in June as much as possible. So that means that as soon as the deadline is reached, they would process this application as fast as possible. A little bit description of what the job entails or what the position entails. Then a little bit of publications from the lab that is recruiting. So if you want to know more about what this position is all about, the kind of job that might be involved, or the kind of job, the kind of research that has been going on in their lab, you can look up these materials on Google Scholar or on PubMed and read about them. That will give you an idea of the kind of work that is going on in the lab and what this job might be involved in. So specific requirements, they need a PhD student with systems chemistry expertise, a PhD student with physicochemistry experience, and then a postdoc with systems chemistry experience, a postdoc with out of experience in physics, chemistry of out of equilibrium system, and a postdoc in microfluidics and microfabrication. Flexibility, autonomy, the ability to work in a highly multidisciplinary team, and good interpersonal skills are essential. So when you're writing your cover letter, then you need to put this into consideration, and this is also where we help students as well. And then where to apply, you click here, and then it takes you to where to apply, and there is where you will now find all the information in terms of what are the requirements and so on and so forth. That's where you find it. But I'm not going to go to that because that's not what we are here for. Here is just to show us how to find the information. So that's one. If we scroll down to this, let's look at this. I'm interested in this. This is advertised through academic positions, which is also another website where you find scholarship opportunities. But let's see what is here. In Finland. So University of Turku in Finland, research field is biological sciences. Order, this is specifically for first stage researcher. Application closes 22nd. And this link here will take you specifically to this opportunity. I believe 100%. If you click on this, it will take you to where you get more details about this opportunity. But now this is a little bit of the description of the offer. This is a little bit of description of what is expected. So if you see, there are 13 job descriptions listed, and each of them tells you the topic of each project that is involved in these 13 positions that are available. Remember, there are 13 positions available. So each of them is listed here. So what if you see this kind of opportunity, what you now need to do is just to simply look at each of those opportunities and see which one you are interested in or which one aligns with your experience, your background, and all that. And so you can, when you now go to the website to apply for one of those positions, you can now specifically choose the one that you want. So, and also you see the name of the principal supervisor. And this is also important because you might want to Google this guy. I believe he's a guy because his first name is Carlos, but he might also be a female. I don't know. But most important thing is take this name, put it on Google Scholar, and find this person. You can do the same for this. Take the name, put it on Google Scholar, find this person, read about them, get their email address, and you can even establish a communication with them ahead of time. So, but each of the topics are given, and the supervisor is also given for all of them. And these positions are expected to start on the 1st of August 2024, or by mutual agreement, which means that you might be able to negotiate to start at another time other than 1st of August 2024. Funding is for 3 years. And then some other information are also given here. You also see a little bit of profile of who they are looking for. So this is what you need to consider also when you're writing your CV and when you're writing your cover letter or your personal statement or your motivation letter and so on, whatever it is that you're writing. These are the things you need to consider. And or again, this is where we help students as well as Scholarship Mastery Academy to develop a document that fits this kind of description. And this is the benefits for joining this particular program, salary and trial period information, how to apply. So, of course, as I mentioned just a few seconds ago, you need a maximum one-page motivation letter. To write this motivation letter, you need to understand what they are saying here, align it with the topic you may have chosen in any of these, and then align it with your own previous personal experience as well. So you need a motivation letter, you need a CV of maximum of 2 pages. We also help students with this as well because some people already have more than 2 pages and they don't know what to leave in a CV to make it still remain, strong and of good quality. List of publications, if you have them, there is a template that they've given to you to use to apply. To use to put together your list of publications. Then degree certificates and any other document that is relevant to the position. So you get all those here. Further information can be requested from SIPA if you email him or her here. Or also your principal supervisor. You can also contact your principal supervisor for further information, which is really what I mentioned when I was talking about the different positions listed here. So the link here or in all across this page, it takes you to where you read more about these particular opportunities. See another link here also to that page. See another link here also. So a lot of links on how you can get to that, the page and read more and then apply directly. So this is all about Euraxess. And I believe it's clear enough from how to, start by filtering it down to getting the opportunities. And when you open the opportunities, you go through each of them and then make your decision on whether to apply for that position or not. Okay, so this is ResearchGate, and when you go to researchgate.net, this is what you will see. Basically, at the homepage, you see, do you have a question? So it is basically a social media platform for researchers, if I'll call it that. It's a social media platform for researchers. So if you go to ask question, for example, you can ask any research question that you might have, and someone with experience with that will be able to answer those questions for you. Basically, researchers post their work here, and people can access those work here. For example, this work here can be downloaded here, and then you can go ahead and read the paper. Like I said, it's a social media platform for researchers. So you connect with people. This is my PhD supervisor. This is a researcher in New Zealand who is working in the same field with myself, Peter Faket. So all these guys I'm connected to and know a little bit about their research. This was my classmate during our PhD. We did our PhD together under Professor Paul E.G. Okay, now we're here to look for jobs, scholarships on ResearchGate. If you don't have an account, you need an account to be able to access ResearchGate. There's been a little bit of questions about whether you can create a ResearchGate account if you don't have an academic email, which is unfortunate for many students, back in Africa, because students don't have email address that is associated to the university's domain name. So it can be a problem, but I think it's allowed. You can actually apply and state your reasons, and ResearchGate can open the account for you. So I was lucky to create my account when ResearchGate first started. I can't remember how I got to know about them, but I remember I signed up just within the first year or maybe very few months after they started. And then I used my Yahoo email address then. And that's what I'm still using. So I think I have the benefit of being one of the first starters who signed up with them. Things change over the years, and they started requesting for academic emails. But I think you can still create an account even if you don't have an academic or institutional email. I'm sure of that because I read a response on ResearchGate that you can still do that. So if you create your account, then you're able to get access to it. And when you come to the homepage, this is what you see. Our focus is here, right? If you go to questions, you see questions that people are asking and getting responses, which is good for you as a researcher. Even if you're not using it for scholarship, you can use it to, answer some of the questions you have about research. But be careful when you read some of the responses to make sure that you're reading the correct response because some of them might be wrong. Some of them might be wrong. So before you can decide to take a response to be correct, make sure you cross-check as much as possible. All right. And they have an app as well, so you can download the app on your phone. Maybe that might be the easiest way to even start. And that might help you to navigate through the issue of institutional email. So if I go here for scholarships, um, it will provide me with jobs opportunity, jobs, different jobs as well. And when you look at it again, just like Euraxess, you have tenure track assistant professorship, you have senior orthodontists, you have a postdoc position, and so on and so forth. So this is what you see. You wouldn't necessarily see PhD position, right? But I'm going to show you how to go about it and find PhD position. So what you need to do is just to come here and type in PhD positions, for example. And well, if you notice, you find you see that I'm just focusing on PhDs mostly, even with the Euraxess as well. Yeah, so you might not find many masters opportunities here. And these methods I'm showing now basically for positions from PhD and postdoc basically. Maybe some other time I can show you how to find masters opportunities as well. So you do PhD position, select region. If you have any region in mind, then you can select a region. But if you don't have any region in mind, just forget about it. And then what that will mean is that you'll be able to find opportunities across Africa, across Americas, Asia Pacific, Australia, Central Africa, Europe, everywhere, in that an opportunity is posted that has PhD position in it, you'll be able to find it. And then you come here and select your field as well. So to narrow it down, you just select the field that you're interested in. So let's say I'm interested in agricultural science. So if I do that, it will automatically filter it for me with 19 agricultural science positions containing PhD position, right? And I can do that for any other. So, but if I take that off, let me show you this first. I have 581 research jobs containing PhD position. 581. I don't even think that LinkedIn has this much, So I don't think that LinkedIn has this much usually. But a lot of people don't look at these places. People focus on LinkedIn and just remain there. As a matter of fact, my postdoc, you won't believe it, the postdoc I did in Europe, having the opportunity to travel to Spain and Ireland, getting an EU-funded position was actually found on ResearchGate. Well, not found on ResearchGate, but the contact that led to that opportunity was found, first of all, on ResearchGate, because I saw a postdoc position here on ResearchGate and tried to apply for it, which we did apply for, but we're not successful. But I maintained a relationship with the supervisor for that first application, and we applied for a second program, and we were successful in it. It was through ResearchGate. And So I don't take ResearchGate for granted. I take it very seriously. If you want to narrow down to accounting, for example, we have 7 positions for accounting. If you want to narrow down to uh, if I can see engineering in general, I would like to see what we would get. Engineering. How do you spell engineering? ENG. So they've broken it down to individual engineering fields. So let's see, energy engineering. There is 11 of energy engineering. Environmental chemistry, I think, okay, 5. Environmental engineering, we have 5. Environmental science, let's see, 13. So agriculture is still leading. Food science. So if I put food science, I have 7. If I put healthcare policy economics, I have 5. So virtually everything here has an opportunity. Okay, so I'll go back to agriculture because agriculture has about 19, which gives us a lot of options to look at. So we have 19 opportunities in agricultural science that are available here with PhD position. So let's see what we will find. So the first one here is expiring soon. Okay, so there is an option here to add more preferences. We'll probably look at it later on, but let's scroll through this and see what we find. This is postdoc, so we're not interested in that. But if you are watching this now or you're replaying it, maybe this will be of interest to you. So postdoc in International Water Management Institute, which is a good place to work. One of my PhD colleagues, friend worked here briefly. Postdoc again in agricultural microbiology. Postdoc. Tenure track assistant position, senior researcher in precision grassland management in Norway, junior professor in INRI, junior professorship in INRI. Okay, so this didn't give me any PhD position. It's giving me more than that, more than what I need. Okay, this is giving me more than what I need. So let's see what are the preferences here. Okay, so the preferences here will help me to narrow it down, actually. And this is something new because when I first used this platform, ResearchGate to look for opportunity, there wasn't that option there to add more preferences. But this is now good that you can actually narrow down to which level of expertise are you interested in. So if you say master's and PhD positions, or equivalent. That is what we're looking for PhD. If you're here and looking for postdoc, you can now select this or whichever applies to you. And you can create an email alert, which is quite nice. They've really changed a lot of things here since the last time I used it. So you choose your area and you can choose multiple areas. This is lovely. I didn't know that there's been this improvement. So you can actually choose more areas if you're somebody who works across different fields. Um, you can choose more areas. Let me add. I saw fish environmental. I can add environmental science. I saw fisheries, crop science, and I saw fisheries somewhere. Let me just take fisheries and aquaculture. And you can, if you tick here, what this means is that anytime a job is posted in any of these areas that has to do with masters and PhD, you get an email. You get an email that there's a job posting on ResearchGate for any of these field that you've said, which is also a good option. And this is quite wonderful because, like I said, when I first used this, I didn't have There wasn't an option for adding extra preference. So you save, and then it narrows down again to uh, you know, so it's still giving me the same 10 positions that I initially found. Okay, so but I mean the idea is understanding how this works and then trying to follow through to get exactly what you are looking for. Um, but when I look at this option, is giving me 10 for animal sciences. So if I click on that, does it make any differences? Any changes? No, I can't see any changes and all that. So okay, so I'll go back here and choose another field and see if I can find something that has PhD. If I do business, okay, business development and entrepreneurship has 21. Okay, so in business development and entrepreneurship, we are now seeing some of the things that I'm actually interested in. So when you scroll down, you see that there's a PhD position in reinforcement learning for digital finance. So that we didn't see in agriculture does not mean that it doesn't work. So probably there wasn't any at this time that we're looking at it, but this actually works. This actually works. As you can see now that we are finding some opportunities now. So there are 1, 2, 3 opportunities at the University of Twente in Netherlands. One is in reinforcement learning for digital finance. Second one is in modeling green credit scores for digital finance. And third one is machine learning for digital finance. And these are all new jobs. New jobs. It's saying that you should be the first to apply. Be the first to apply. Be the first. This is our assistant professorship. So we go down a little bit again. We see another one, PhD candidate in distributed information systems in e-health. New job in Switzerland. Doctoral student in business administration in Sweden. 2 jobs available in the same university. Doctoral researcher sustainability transformations in Finland. Doctoral researcher in fish physiology and behavior in Finland. And then you go to the second page. The second page is lecturer in commercial law. So let's go back to the first page again and then just choose one and look at it. So let's look at this one. So when you open it, what you're then going to see is the job description, and this is an MSCA job. So this job is possibly also advertised on Euraxess. It's possibly advertised on Euraxess. And because I'm experienced in this, I know exactly how to expand this search. And what I need to do is just to pick this and put it on Google because I understand what this sentence means. So what this sentence means is actually that they are looking for more than one PhD student. Yeah, they are looking for. In fact, if we go down, you will see it here. This PhD position is one of 4 positions at Twente University and one of 19 positions in the context of international I can't pronounce this very well, so I usually say Marie Curie actions. So like I mentioned, just looking at this, I knew immediately that it's a collection of it's a consortium looking for a collection of students. So 4 of them at the University of Twente, and then there are others in other institutions as well. This is the profile of the person they are looking for: master's degree or equivalent in business, economics, engineering, information technology, and so on and so forth. Passion and outstanding skills in data science, and this is what they offer. Information and application, what you need to provide in your application, about the department, about the organization. And here you can bookmark this so you come back to it later on. Or if you're ready to apply, you just go to the application page and it says there are 29 days left. to apply for this particular position. So if you click here, it will take you to the page. Let's see what that looks like. So this is where you apply for the position in the University of 20 website. A little bit more information. Just what we saw on ResearchGate is exactly what is here. So this is actually the supervisor, the principal supervisor for the project. So associate professor of artificial intelligence and finance. So if you email him, this is his email here. You can ask all the questions you need to ask about the position. If we click apply now, what does it do? I want too slow. All right, so if you click apply now, it takes you to this page, create application, you fill your details. Very easy to apply, just 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute is an exaggeration. 5 minutes, just your name, your details, select your file, which is your CV and your motivation letter, and confirm you have uploaded them. Personal application video, so they probably want you to do a video of yourself or something like that. How did you hear about the vacancy? Select questions, which one applies to you, and then click apply button, and that's it. Very easy if you have all your materials ready. Okay, so let's go back to ResearchGate. I'll just close this and go back to ResearchGate. So what I did was simply to put the PhD and then select, and then on the areas I selected business and entrepreneurship. Okay, so what that means then is that if I come here and just on select business and entrepreneurship, then I will have 415 positions that have, or research jobs that contain PhD position in them. So if I have the time, I can just sit down and keep scrolling through all the pages and see if I'll find what I'm looking for. But it's not the best way because it take a lot of time, but at the same time is one of the easiest way to see the size of the opportunities that are available on LinkedIn for you. And if you do that, one way is to come here and probably narrow down to fields or disciplines. So 237 mentioned PhD position in engineering, 127 in computer science, chemistry 121, biology 114, physics 110, medicine 87, economics 79, software engineering 74, agriculture 61. Okay, so you can do it that way. Leave it open, put PhD position, and allow all the PhD positions to come down or come up rather, and then you narrow down to any discipline that you're interested in. So with this, we can narrow down to biology. If I'm interested in biology, if I'm interested in physics, I narrow down to physics, and then just keep scrolling. So let's just do maybe physics only and see what we can find. So 110 positions mentioning PhD positions in physics. So we have 2 PhD students in Sweden, closing soon. Fully funded PhD position in Germany, new job. Graduate position in molecular simulation in Canada. 2 PhD positions in Netherlands. 3 PhD position for 3 years in Finland. Another one in Finland. Another one in Finland. So all these ones might be a Maria Curie position. All these ones would be part of a Maria Curie position because there are 4 PhDs in the same institution. So it's likely a consortium program. Another one in Finland, Finland, Finland again, Slovakia, Sweden, Finland. So if you keep going, you see more positions available. This one is in Netherlands, and you notice that there is none in the US here. But a lot of people focus only on the US, but really there are opportunities in other parts of the world other than the US. US is a great place to study, and that's the reason why everybody's going there. But it's not everybody that will be able to, secure a graduate assistantship position in the US. And in all these places, it could even be a lot more easier. As you can see, it's just a cover letter and your CV. So if you have a good CV and I write a good cover letter and have an English language proficiency document, off you go. Netherlands, France, Czechia, we go back again, Czechia, France, Austria, Germany, Netherlands again, just like that. I saw South Africa somewhere, Switzerland, Canada. Okay, so this is not a PhD position, but this is a PhD position and is in Canada. This is likely a PhD position because the two are in the same place, or probably a postdoc and then a PhD. There's one postdoc in the US, 14 doctoral positions in Finland. Oh, okay. The position in South Africa is a senior lecturer position. So I mean, a lot of opportunities. So let's assume that you're in physics. This is what you find. So you can narrow down to any discipline that you are in. So if we do agriculture now, we might probably see more opportunities. If we do agriculture now. Okay, so now that I've done agriculture, you can see that there's a doctoral position in Finland, another one in Finland, another one in Finland, Denmark, Netherlands, France, Ruminant ROID project, PhD or equivalent in France, and all that. So although this looks like a mix of many things under agricultural science, well, this is how you can find job opportunities, PhD positions, PhD scholarships, opportunities in ResearchGate. So that's it for us in ResearchGate. We've looked at Euraxess and we have looked at ResearchGate, and that's the two places I wanted to show to us today.